Good morning. Today is Friday, March 8th, and today we are going to cover the trades for TSLY, CONY, and MSTY. And at the end, I'm going to talk a little bit about the new Roundhill fund. They updated their holdings, so we'll cover that, just a little bit to show you what we see. So sorry, CONY holders, but we're going to start with TSLY today, only because they're the only ones that actually had trades. So they had a lot of trades, if you look here. And they must have listened to the community because they actually closed their weekly calls early. Again, they didn't, if you see all these BCs, these are buy to close. They did a buy to close on the 192.50, a buy to close on the 195, and a buy to close on the 205. And look what they paid. 7 cents, 4 cents, 2 cents. So essentially, they almost paid nothing to close them. So it was, I think, a great move. And they did it early. Again, they still had another trading day, but they closed it, probably thinking Tesla could recover tomorrow. And then we should wait and sell calls at that time. However, what they did do is they opened a new position right away, which, I don't necessarily agree with, but at the same time, they at least used 50% of their contract. So I thought that was a smart move. So, if you're going to use any 50%, okay, and then save 50% for tomorrow to see what happens. So anyway, yeah, they opened a new position with half of those contracts at a 187.50. And they got 222 per share for their troubles. So let's take a look at the spreadsheet. All right, the synthetic 220 is just, I can't wait to get rid of this one, man. It's just annoying, damaging, tough to look at. But it expires 1 week away. So yes, we only have one more week. And right now it's going to cost us $124 million. Which, yeah, that sucks. But it is what it is. And like I said, it's already baked into the NAV. So you're not going to see anything different when they do close out this position. This synthetic brought no profit to February. It brought no profit to March so far. In fact, it only brought a massive debit to January. So this synthetic was nothing but damaging from the beginning. So it's almost like, when it was up to the 220 mark, they should have just left it. But yeah, anyway, let's move on to the 185. They did not add anything to the synthetic yesterday because yesterday was only closing out weekly calls and opening new weekly calls. So no new contracts. But if you look, this 185, it's, Tesla price is still under 185 too. So this synthetic, which again expires next week, is going to cost us $7 million. So, between the two of them, we're going to be hurting. But I think we could be above 185 easily before next week. So we'll see what happens. So let's go to the March tab and see how Tesla did yesterday. Tesla went up 1.2%. TSLY went up 1%. So let's take a look at what all that action was yesterday. So they closed out, again, every position. And every position was a profit. So they won all 3 contracts, okay? Net profit on the 205, again, this is the one we bitched about on Saturday. They got it right, so props to them. 14.8 million profit on that one, 90,000 on the 195, and 57,000 on the 192.50. So great job to them on that. That is for sure. Again, this is why we pay them. We would, at least me. Like I said, I would not ever go that tight on that many contracts. Although I would never own that many contracts because I'm not a multi-millionaire. All right, anyway, let's move on. So they used half of those contracts, as we mentioned. They chose a 187.50 and they chose a expiration date of next week. So they're not, this position now, it has 6 trading days left. So they got 222, like we said, per share premium. And this is 4.95% out of the money. So, which is higher than what they've been doing. So that's a sign in the right direction, but it's also 6 trading days, okay? So how do I feel about this? Not bad. I really do like how they left half of the contracts for today to see, what the stock does. Cash and treasuries and government money market. Yeah, I had to add it. I don't know why I didn't add it in the first place, but either way, I now added the money market that has an expiration date apparently of 12/1/31. But either way, the change is kind of irrelevant because I should have added the money market to begin with, but it went up 13 million once I added it. Total income for TSLY is 4.6 million. Distribution from that 10 cents, daily income per day 3 cents, daily yield 0.21%. So good start for TSLY. Let's go to the active tab, leaving some space for the other contracts that are coming in today. Let's hope they scatter, maybe 2 more strikes. High hopes, I know. But anyway, right now we have 21,480 contracts with a 187.50 strike. We spoke about this. This is 4.95% out of the money. And this expires next week, which is not 3/8. It is 3/15. Okay. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Tesla price 178.65, 30-day IV 48%. 30-day chart. Well, you see the dive from both of them. Again, Tesla went down recently because Tesla went down. All right, Tesla did not go down because of bad moves by the fund managers. At least we could say that for this week. Tesla price is 16.15. Total potential capital gains with just the 50% of the contracts, 80 cents. My reaction is I'm proud. I'm proud of this Tesla fund manager. They're going beyond the box here. They're saying, let's close out the weekly calls early because we're in a profit, right? And we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. So great move. At least like they're putting their little thinking cap on, and on top of that, they didn't blow all the contracts at 187.50. They waited. They're going to see what happens today, and then they're going to sell additional contracts. I don't know at what strike. Time will tell. By the way, there's 21,480 unused contracts, which happens to be exactly the amount of contracts they are using. So they did use 50% exactly. Next earnings for Tesla, 417. Again, that's a ways down the road. Curve, nothing new, man. 100 contracts, 230 strike, 28.74% out of the money. I remember when people always ask, can you cover Curve? I mean, if I covered Curve, it'd be the same discussion every single day, So that's the thing. I mean, that's why I added it, because I can mention it, but there's nothing going on, But is what it is. Let's go to the payments. Short call income, 4.6 million. No synthetic income, but again, that's going to be a massive debit soon. So let's enjoy the zero while it's there. So total income net right now, 10 cents a share. Not bad. But again, like I said, the synthetic is just going to be awful. I'm not looking forward to next week. I just hope Tesla can get some recovery and, remove some of that debit. Right now, I guess irrelevant at this point. It would cost $193 to close the 187.50 because we just opened it. So let's talk about net asset value, 735 million. The NAV is 1620, and the trading price is 1615. So, all right, we'll see how today goes. We could check the pre-market. So we go to marketwatch.com, and Let's see. All right, so Tesla is up by 0.6% pre-market. Right now, it is 4:30 a.m. Eastern time, so obviously a lot can change. The market doesn't open for another 5 hours, so again, time will tell. So that's for TSLY. Let's go to CONY. And no trades. Their synthetic is in a really good position. Coin is priced at 242. Their synthetic is 200. So you can imagine $71 million they can make if they close that baby today. Look at that. Which would add, they're already in a profit for March. So that would add to their profits. So it's, again, CONY, synthetic wise, very good position to be in. Let's take a look at the March tab and see how they did yesterday. Coin went up 1.71%. CONY went up 2.23%. You know, I never trust my formulas. Okay, it's right. So CONY did beat coin, all right? Even with no trades. Because it was kind of a level day. Went up a little, but not a lot. So maybe it had benefited the weekly calls with the slight movement. Again, we're sitting at 16,030 contracts. Remember they closed out 8 of them. So we'll see how today goes though. Cash and treasuries, same thing with TSLY. I added the this government money market to expand my spreadsheet yet even more. I had to add it though, because if I'm going to cover cash and treasuries, I have to cover this thing now. So once I added it, it was a $6.1 million change. But again, they added this days ago, so it doesn't really, it's irrelevant right now. Outstanding shares, 14.5 million. Net income's a debit. So again, I'm not going to cover that breakdown, but let's get to the active to see where we stand. One trading day, which is today, 16,360 contracts, 240 strike, 1.08% in the money. Damn, it's going down to the wire. Coin price 242. IV, 30-day IV, 98%. Coin and CONY chart, outstanding. CONY price 2660. Potential capital gains 0. They're capped. CONY fund manager, he's closing his eyes. He's putting his hands over his eyes for those of you driving. And he's like, all right, please. By the way, the break even, if you're wondering, is 242.20, and we sit at 242.62. So all he needs is coin to go down just a little bit today, and he'll get a win. He'll get a win. He'll have a win on synthetic. He'll have a win on the weekly call. Could you imagine the massive income? All right, so let's look at the payment breakdown. Again, synthetic is at a credit, 4.4 million. And again, guys, I know you hate my signage. It's almost impossible for me to change it now. But again, I started my signage based on how the options, data is reflected in the brokerage, because I wanted to, mimic that. But, basic accounting, says otherwise, right? So the debits and credits, I know it can be confusing, but hopefully, you guys are getting used to it just like I am. But yes, it does bug me at the same time, but at the same time, again, I'm trying to keep it in line with the options data. But anyway, synthetic income, 4.4 million. Short call income, debit actually, 952,000. But they could turn that around, man. Total net income, 3.5 million so far, which comes to 24 cents a share. But again, so early in the month, so kind of irrelevant still. Right now, it'll cost them $675 to close, but obviously they're not going to close it. They're going to let the time value expire, and hopefully coin can stay flat. Worst case is stay flat, and then best case is move down. All right, so total net asset value, 387 million. I feel like this one can catch TSLY. We'll see. It's far away still. It's like half the value, but 2670 is the NAV and trading price is 2660. Okay. If we take a look at the pre-market, we want to see red, 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 red. Dip, dip, dip. Damn it. Okay. Coin, again, it's 4 a.m. guys, so it's not the end of the world. And it's not even up a lot. It's only up 0.2%. So coin is priced at 243.10. And it's okay. Oh, it just went down a little. There we go. See, it's listening to us. So now it's at 243.04. It's a 0.17% gain. All right, sell again. All right, keep going down. It's going down as we speak. It's at 243 flat. Oh, down a little more, 242.97. Okay, guys, keep selling, keep selling. Here we go. Come on, come on. Sell, 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 sell. All right, it's not moving. So someone sold. It's at 242.90. We could do this. 242.88. Oh my God. They are listening. The CONY gods, the coin gods are coming out. We're at 242.88. That's only a 0.11% gain at the pre-market. So let's turn this red. Let's flip this, guys. So anyway, let's move on. That was enough fun with staring at it. So we have MSTR. MSTR. Or should I say MSTY, the monster of the group. The monster. No trades for MSTY. Their synthetic does not expire next week. It expires March 28th, by the way. But they're in a credit position because MSTR is priced at 1,300 and their strike is at 950. If they close it out today, they'd make 3.4 million. So let's move on from there. How did they do yesterday price-wise? Well, MSTR went up 4.32%. MSTY went up 3.4%. I mean, MSTY is at 31.66. Unfreaking believable. Unbelievable. Look at all this action, though, man. This is a busy-ass fund. Hopefully I could drop, I wouldn't mind dropping this fund soon. I know people aren't happy about that. And by the way, I mentioned the poll yesterday, and TSLY, the real TSLY lovers came out. They're like, don't you dare drop TSLY. So I hear you guys, don't worry. Cash and treasuries, again, I added the money market and, kind of just represented the change. So going forward, the cash and treasuries and money market will be properly reflected. Total income is a debit for the weekly calls on MSTY, but hopefully that turns around. But their synthetic has done so well, it doesn't even matter, right? Outstanding shares still sits at 425,000, by the way. All right, here we go. One trading day, 5 strike prices. Here we go. 4 contracts, 1,230 strike. 5.39% in the money. That is the lowest position, and that's the only one in the money. So that one's okay. Obviously, it's not okay, but it's. I'd rather it be the smallest position. 8 contracts, 1,350 strike. That's 3.84% out of the money. 60 contracts. This is the biggest position. 1,430 strike. 10% out of the money. That seems pretty safe to me. 13 contracts, 1,450 strike. 11.54% out of the money. And last but not least, 15 contracts, 1,600 strike, 23.08% out of the money. I think we're in a great position with this one. That is for sure. MSTR price, $1,300.02. 30-day IV, 144%. Unbelievable. Their next earnings is April 29th, and total potential capital gains just today, $3.57, if it does go up. Again, my reaction's not changing. This is just the money maker. So I have a picture, for those of you driving, of a bank. It's just a bank. They're making money. They're printing you money. And you haven't even gotten paid yet, right? Some people may be trading this one. Some people may just like keep buying it because they love it, but we'll see what happens. So synthetic income right now is a credit of 367,000. Short call income wipes that out because that's a loss of 697,000. So total net income is actually a debit. So as it stands, taxable event wise, they are not making money, right? We don't have money. But if you look at the synthetic, they can make 3.4 million at the flip of a dime, right? And on top of it, their weekly calls look to be in a profit. So, it doesn't look like they're gonna lose money on that. So I wouldn't worry too much at this point. Plus it's way too early because the next payment ain't gonna be for a while. And by the way, guys, happy payment day. I totally forgot about that. Happy YieldMax payment day. I love how they declare and they pay in the same week. All right, so outstanding holdings, just way too much. I love that they're scattered, but it does create a lot more work. But I'm not going to cover the details. We'll just talk about the net asset value, which is at 13.3 million, and the NAV is at 31.50, and the trade price is at 31.66. All right, so here we are. We want to win these. So where do we want MSTR to land? This one's tough. I mean, 1350 range maybe. I don't know. What are we looking at here? 1350, because that's, as long as it's under that majority of the 1430, then we're good. So let's take a look at pre-market. All right, I think did we? No, it didn't refresh. Let's refresh again. What do you think, guys? Oh, wow. It's down 0.3%. So MSTR is at 1,296.16. So, okay, not bad. Looking good. Looking good, Misty Fund Manager. And let's check coin again. Let's see if we flipped red yet. What do you think? Oh my God, we did. Coin has flipped red. See? Look at this. Pre-market, man. I swear, the stock market is just, it's fun, man. I'm having fun. I hope you guys are too. Anyway, that's the update for all of those YieldMax funds. Real quick, I mentioned I'm going to cover something. I talked about these funds yesterday. So Roundhill Investments, they came out with these funds that they're basically going to pay you weekly. So if I go to the distributions, here's the calendar, right? Where's the calendar? Where's the payment dates? They had them out, but this is not made for landscape. All right, sorry guys, I don't want to make you dizzy. People driving are like, what the hell are you talking about? So we got, again, the first payment, they're going to pay you March 28th. So hang in there for that. And then the next payment, they're going to pay you April 5th and then April 12th. So this is a fund that sells covered calls and it's going to pay you weekly. Okay, so what are they selling covered calls on? Well, there's two different funds right now. And yes, by the way, I know everyone says YBTC is also a fund, but I didn't cover that one because I don't believe it's that new. But if we look at the holdings, let's just take a look real quick. If we let's download this PDF. So what are they doing? Because this wasn't out yesterday when I made the video, so I'm just doing a quick overview, quick update. So it looks like the top part, this has the further expiration date, right? So if you look, it has a 3/21/25. That's right, 2025 expiration date, March 21st, 2025. And they have, it looks like 420.69 for that call, and then a 42.69 for the other call, which should be, in the money, right? So if we go to, one has SPX, and then one has XSP. XSP, let's use that one because I think I have the wrong SPX. XSP is 54.10. So if we look at this, it's 42.69, okay? So that's in the money. So that buy call that expires in 1 year would have cost them a pretty penny to purchase that position. In fact, right now, it's worth $234,000. And the other one that they purchased on the SPX, that was also in the money. That's worth $939,000. So they obviously paid around that. They paid over $1 million to do these buy calls. I don't know where the money came from, but cash is currently, it's not negative. It's at $127,000. And what else did they do? So they used those positions, right? And they used them to sell calls that expired yesterday. But again, using the XSP example, the call shows, what the hell is it? It looks like 51.60, right? $51.60. So if I go back, we closed at 54.10, but the previous close was 53.57, okay? So that's not out of the money. So I gotta be honest, I'm very confused with this fund. It's not as straightforward as I thought. So I learned two things by looking at this. Number one, it looks like their represented synthetic position will only be a buy call, which is kind of, I guess, how their prospectus mentioned it. So there is no put, which would, because I thought there would be the put both sides of it, because that way essentially it's a wash. Because without the put, they're not going to make a credit. The buy call, that's a massive debit that they're going to have to pay. But yes, it will mimic the stock. The plus about not having the put is if the underlying goes down, we're not going to go down with it, right? We pay the buy call and that's it. We can only profit. It's either we profit or we get nothing. So that's the good part. The hard part is buying it. So obviously right now they did buy it. So assuming this goes up by next year, they'll use whatever they make on that to buy the new position and then probably pay us out the rest. That's my guess. And then in the meantime, they're just going to continue to sell calls on a daily basis for, whatever amount of shares that they own. But again, if they get more money in, they can create more shares. Create more contracts. Sorry, I don't know why it says shares. It's kind of confusing. But yeah, yesterday's weekly call, that was not a good one. That was in the money. Like, what the hell was that? So, plus I didn't see anything on the intraday trade, so I couldn't see what they're doing today. You know what? Let me check again. If we go here, and we go to top holdings, and then there's like an intraday trade button. It just like refreshes the page, so it doesn't really do anything. So again, maybe a work in progress with this one. But right now I guess I'm more confused than what I was yesterday, but I just wanted to give you guys that update that they did open 2 buy call positions that expire next year, and they did sell 2 daily calls that expired yesterday. So I'll take a look out for today. I may just look at this for like maybe a week or so to see how it performs, what it does, because this is a fund I want. In fact, I actually did buy 2 shares of each. They're a little more expensive. They're in the $40, $50 range. So, but I would like to make this a bigger portion. But I'd also like to understand what exactly they're doing, and how they got the money for the buy call. So I assume it was just like original investment. Someone has to put up money as a starting point for these investments. But how does that work? I don't know. All right. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I hope that helped. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you were entertained. Yeah. So what the hell was I going to say? I don't even know at this point. But anyway, yeah. I'll probably I'm commuting to work today, so I may do that commute video. give you guys some update on everything. But yeah, hopefully again, Tesla and all these funds, hopefully we win. We make good decisions. We make some money. Let's see how coin looks right now. Still in the red. All right, guys. So that's pretty good. As always, guys, please hit that like button. It really helps the channel. I know it's been slowing down, but obviously, there's only so many people that are interested in these funds. Because right now, we're the dumb money, right? We're stupid for buying these funds. There's a lot of negative videos out there. I don't really watch them, but sometimes people share them, and I just watch, and I'm like, wow, just people have no time on their hands. They make videos mocking other people or other YouTubers. Like, really? That's your life? Like, how about instead you just educate other, people? But maybe it's all about like trying to get a click, or I don't know, man. It's like this is what people do, I guess. This is their life, they're anyway, I'm not going to get into that, but I got to go. Please hit that like button. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you have a great Friday, or I hope you're off today. I hope you have an extended weekend, but I'm not. But anyway, I'm out of here. Thank you for watching. Later.